Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Da, 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 da. Ow. I'm still injured, guys, so it's going to be a tough tutorial, but we're going to do it anyway. So today I'm finally going to teach you guys how to do my favorite skate move to date, and that is the pivot spin. Now this spin you can do both with and without toe stops. As you guys know, I have been skating without toe stops for quite some months now, and I love it, and it makes so many more moves possible, like my pivot spin, which is a spin that you can use to transition, to start a turn, to stop, really, stop. This is a very, very multifunctional spin, and the reason I think it's called pivot spin is because you pivot on one point. If you do have toe stops, you could still do this. The only thing is that toe stops tend to, well, stop you, which is what they were made for. So you have to use a bit more speed and a bit more force if you want to continue turning. So instead of a toe stop, we have these things called jam plugs. That's that yellow thing right there. It serves for multiple purposes. One is to keep my flaps that protect my skates in place, and the other one is using it as pivots for stuff. Oh, another thing that I think I should cover with this is that you need to have the right wheels for the type of flooring that you are trying to skate on. If you have wheels that are too soft, it will give you more friction, and more friction means harder work, right? So try to find the right wheels for your type of flooring that will give you the least amount of friction possible for this move. So level 1 of this move, guys, is going to be using your toe stops or your jam plug and putting it on the floor. That's level 1. What you're trying to do, right? Do you know those tools that you use in math? I'll put a picture that will help you to create like a perfect circle. You put one point on the paper, that point stays in place, and the other leg goes around it. That's exactly what you're trying to achieve. Now, in order to get your leg to stay in place, right, you have to twist it inwards, like this really awkward stance, kind of like this. Oh, I need to pee movement, but with one leg, right? I've twisted in, so my knee is pointing to my other knee, and I squat into it. And I slightly lean over, so my weight is on this point right here. And why do I do that is because I want this leg to be my strong standing point. Now this is scary, but if you hold on to something, you could technically just lift this leg up, right? Lift it up. That's what I want. Now, the way I do my pivot spin is I do not put my toe stop or my jam plug on the floor, but you can do that if you're a beginner to give you that balance and that stability and that sense of security. And what you're going to do is this leg, you're going to extend it fully, right? It's like an extended leg. And you're pushing outwards towards your little toe, towards the outward edge of your skate, in order to create that friction and make it go into a almost perfect circle. So you're skating backwards, abs are tight, put this one on the floor, and you turn. And one thing to remember is the bigger your circle, the more friction, and the more you're going to stop. Now I'm skating backwards, so once I put this on the floor, I really have to tell my mind that I don't put it straight on the floor. I mean, you could do it straight, but I find that it's way more difficult. See, it won't turn, right? You're going to bluff right here. So in order to have the space to turn, you already put your leg towards the side that you're going to turn. So you're not going to put it outwards because then it's definitely not going to turn.
Girl who paints your perfect world.
So my advice as a beginner is put your toe stop or your jam plug down and just start doing this move forward and back. I find that back is easier than forward. My forward is a bit weird. Now, disclaimer, you have to be willing to skate fast and to fall. I fell a lot of times doing this. Sometimes I still fall doing this move, right? But if you don't have the speed, what's going to happen is you're creating friction all over. You have friction here if you put your toe stop down or your jam plug down, and you have friction because you're pushing outwards, which is also why I love to use this move to stop, because there's so much friction, you stop in a split second. Now, if you want to use this move as a transition, learn how to do this move without putting your jam plug or your toe stop down. That means that you need to learn to balance in this move. Your weight has to be straight on this leg that is only on my front wheels, and you have to go straight down, straight squat. Like I taught you guys in my 5 drills, there's a string in the ceiling. You can only go down, you cannot go front or back. This is very important, this move, because what happens if you go too much to the front, right? Then it shoots out from behind me. If I go too much to the back, it shoots out in front of me and I will fall very hard. It has happened to me even today, right? So you have to get that weight straight down and you have to counterbalance with really pushing out. If you don't really push out with this leg, you are also going to fall, right? It's a tension between the 2 points that's going to keep you in balance. Tension, 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 and then you have to really pull back. So once I do my half circle, you see that I'm pulling this leg back in. So I'm tensing my inner leg muscles, which is the exact muscles that I injured, to pull back in. So for this move, it's a very delicate balance between tension outwards, pressure downwards. And the balance between these two is what's going to make you master this move. The only drill I can give you for this is to put your foot in that position already and just try to scoot, scoot, scoot while your abs are tight, so you can get the feeling of what you're doing. And then you just have to jump into the deep end, okay? And just try it and see how far you come. Now, once you're comfortable with doing your pivot spin without your toe stop or your jam plug, then you reach the point where you have to play with how big your circle is and how much tension you put. Smaller your circle, the faster you turn, and you can actually turn a complete circle and continue. Another point that I almost forgot to cover that is very, very, very important is that you have to actually lean on this leg so that you kind of have this inward momentum, right? So lean. And it makes it so much smoother, right? So I'm going backwards. That lean changes everything. Once I discovered that, it made a total difference. So what does this lean look like? Okay, so I have my weight on this leg and I lean. And so I'm pushing out already with this one, but I also push out a little bit more. So I have this. So it's not a straight line, it's straight like this. One straight line from my head to my foot. I wish there's more I could tell you to help you along, but this is one of those moves that is very much practice, practice, practice until you find the points that work for you. Now, if you guys have other tips that I didn't cover, please put them down in the comments, because the more tips we have, the easier it will be for other people to learn how to do this move. For me, it was simply months and months and months of practice before I finally understood where my 2 points were to help me. And that is how you do your pivot spin. This is a very lengthy explanation because it is quite a difficult move. This is not really a beginner move. But hey, if I could do it, you could do it too, right? So yes guys, thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to click like, subscribe, share it with friends and family. Share your videos with me on Instagram of you trying this move. I really would love to see how it's working out for you guys. And yeah, there are more videos on my Instagram of all my challenges that I'm doing. And that's it guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!